Ladies and gentlemen, starting all over. I have the esteemed privilege to announce our next comedian. He won my contest. I had a contest a few months ago. It was the best new comic contest. I had some people come in, and this gentleman won. He has a great life story, which he's going to tell you all about. Please put your hands together for the first time, his professional debut, Mr. Jack Cloonan.
Thank you guys for having me. This is something I wanted to do for a long time now. I haven't yet been healthy enough to do it though. I actually just finished battling cancer along with chemo and all the side effects that go with it, so I'm very excited to share with you guys. I'm very excited to share with you guys a dream that I've had for a while now. No, not my dream of performing comedy. My dream of finally being able to do this. Yeah. When you're a kid and you get diagnosed with cancer, the doctor's going to come in and deliver the news to you and your family, and it's going to be just devastating. Your parents are going to have all kinds of thoughts and questions running through their minds, so they're going to pull the doctor aside and ask him that one burning question they just can't seem to stop thinking about. No, not how do we treat the cancer. Is it too late to put him up for adoption? Just got new hearing aids the other day to go along with my hip replacement and dentures, officially completing the senior citizen hat trick. I will say though, having hearing aids and hip replacement and dentures at my age is annoying, because I get all the effects of being a senior citizen, but without any of the discounts. That's also why, being that I have all the effects of a senior citizen, I am shocked I passed my road test on the first try. I will admit though, it was kind of hard handling the steering wheel. My hands were already pretty tired from clipping all those coupons earlier in the day. The road test place was very accommodating. They let me schedule my road test for 3 o'clock. That way I could be home in time for dinner at 3:30. I will say, now that I have dentures, visits to my grandparents definitely got a lot more interesting. My grandma always wants to talk dentures now. It's crazy. Like, if the rest of the family happens to be over at the same time, I have to warn everybody, like, watch out for Grandma and I. We're going to be in the bathroom for a little while, ripping lines of denture paste. No, every time I go over there, she likes to give me advice and samples of denture paste. Only, if you didn't know her, she thinks she was trying to sell me weed. She'll just be like, yeah, hey, I got this new stronger stuff in last week. And she always keeps it in a clear plastic bag so it doesn't leak. Some of them are flavored now, so she'll go, hey, now smell that. Tell me you wouldn't want to try that one. And she uses Fixidem, but she called it Fix. So she'll go, Grandma's got the best fix, doesn't she? One time I went over there, sounding like she had the munchies. She looked at me and goes, Jack, I got my fix last night. I was able to eat out my whole snack drawer. When I got my hip replaced, I got put on the adult floor with all the old guys, which got kind of awkward during rounds because I got all the standard old guy questions. Like, I had this young blonde med student asking me, Mr. Cloonan, have you been experiencing any erectile dysfunction? And she was hot, so I was like, hey, hop on and find out. This allergy band isn't for latex. Aside from cancer, I'm also a proud recipient of 3 liver transplants. Now, whenever I tell people I've had 3 liver transplants, they automatically assume I started drinking at like age 6. Because I mean, 1 liver transplant, people are like, okay, he was born with something. 2 liver transplants, people are like, all right, he had a complication. But after 3, people are like, I'm calling Dr. Phil. This is ridiculous. I'm having trouble getting a date, man. Too bad the anti-rejection drugs they give you when you get a transplant only work on organs and not girls. Man. That would really help. Now, with all these illnesses, what's happened is that I've now ended up with different groups of friends. Like, I have my liver transplant friends, my cancer friends, and my deaf friends. Now, this can get kind of tricky because I have to remember what I can and can't talk about with each group of friends. With my liver transplant friends, I can't talk about, alcohol or a new bar I went to. With my cancer friends, I can't talk about shampoo or trendy new hairstyles. And with my deaf friends, I can't talk about anything. Also, when you've had all the illnesses I've had, you get a chance to come in contact with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, everybody knows they're a wonderful foundation. They do a lot of great things. Only, I will say though, it doesn't matter how old you are. Make-A-Wish doesn't do hookers. My mom hates when I do that joke. No, my mom's been very supportive of my comedy though. When she found out some comedians go on to act, she looked at me and said, I don't know if you can act or anything, but with your big transplant scar, you could play a very convincing shark attack victim. No, she's really been very supportive of me. Even when I went in for my hip replacement, I was in the middle of the chemo and on a lot of different medications. So she got me a weekly pill organizer, so I knew which meds to take each day. The only problem was I tend to forget and she'd get mad at me. So to keep her from getting mad at me, I take all the pills that were left in the container at once. And that plan worked pretty well, until the one time they put me on laxatives. My surgeon came up to my floor later that day to check on me, only he couldn't find me, so he asked the nurse where I was, and my nurse told him, I thought I saw him running around here somewhere. And my surgeon goes, running? Most patients are lucky if they're even able to walk this soon after surgery. I don't believe you. All of a sudden he just sees me coming down the hallway out of nowhere, just, that bathroom is locked! Thank you guys, that's my time.